everybody, and welcome back to Mommy and Me Reviews with me, Janae.
Hi, I'm Mona.
And that's my mom. So today we are going to review Married at First Sight, episode 13. Last week, I know we put it up as like 11/12 because I couldn't remember what episode, and I didn't know if that flashback episode counted type of thing. Right. So I just put 11/12. So this week we are on episode 13. And we're almost at decision day. Yes. Very exciting because I literally have no idea what anybody's gonna do.
Up in the air.
Like I have no idea.
Absolutely.
It could be anything.
It could.
And this is the first season that I've ever felt like that, where I'm like, hey, I don't know what they're gonna say. Hey. I know what I want them to say.
One week they get along and the next week they don't.
Right. Or like in the beginning of the episode they get along and in the end of the episode they don't. And you're like, wait,
done.
what?
Done. Right. When did that happen?
I don't know. Like when did you argue? CCTV. Play that.
Right.
So before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking. Are you guys excited that we're almost at decision day? What are your predictions? Let us know down below. Who do you want to start with today?
Elijah and Katina.
Elijah and Katina?
Yes.
Okay.
And this was the week that the experts came in and did one-on-one sessions with them, and Dr. Pepper was ready. She said when she first walked in, "Hi, Elijah, I'm so excited to meet with you today." I was like,
that's because she was ready. She said, I've been waiting to talk to you.
Yes, that's exactly how she came in hot.
What's up?
She came in hot.
So this week, the experts visited all the couples one-on-one. Each member of the relationship met with a different expert. The troublemakers met with Dr. Pepper, and just
reel them in.
The regular other part of the couple met with Pastor Cow.
Pastor Cow.
But she took all the troublemakers because she was like, "Oh, I need to get y'all together." Right. So she met with Elijah.
She did.
And yeah.
So
her. I don't even think she got a chance to go hard. Like, I feel like I wanted her to go more hard, and he got so defensive so quick.
She backed up.
Yeah, because he started bugging.
Like, all she said was what he said.
She basically told Elijah, like, we've been hearing XYZ about, how you've been talking to her, the tone you've been using, the words you said, you demeaning her while you're talking about her.
And we can hear that because it's a playback.
The thing
literally
is,
I
wish she would have said that. Because she kept
saying... How else would she hear if it's not by the audio playback?
So in his mind...
Somebody else told her.
No. In his mind, Katina went to the expert to complain about him.
No.
And I was like, you really just made that whole thing up?
No.
Because you know that they watch the show.
Absolutely.
I think what she was saying, because I don't think they actually watch it. I think when she said they've been telling me, I think she was talking about the people that the show hires to watch the footage and update them.
Right. You're gonna go one-on-one with Elijah. This is what's happened.
Right. This is what's going on in their life.
Right.
So obviously Katina did not call Dr. Pepper to be like, Elijah yelled at me. Like, she's not even that girl. She hasn't been complaining this whole time.
So when he said, did he say, she say? No, the you said, you said.
You said, you said.
Right. That's what I was like, you totally said that. What are you?
I was trying to figure
being defensive about.
Because Elijah got really, really mad because he just was saying, like, if she want to say something to me, she can say it to my face. I'm grown. I don't go back and forth with the he say, she say. Sir.
You said that.
You literally said that.
Literally.
And he was mad, like, I don't demean my wife. I don't talk down to her. If you ask her right now. I bet you she won't say that. And it was like, if I was her, I wouldn't say that. Because you bugging. Like, for what?
Right. Because this is the same conversation we have with you every week.
Every week.
Why are you talking to her like that?
Literally. And now that he had that conversation with Dr. Pepper, I'm like, it's not just her. Because he was about to talk to Dr. Pepper like that too.
He absolutely was.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's just how he talks to people. And he could fight.
Why?
Because I feel like if you can't fight, you don't talk like that.
He did the Lindsay. What? He did that? He did that to Dr. Pepper.
Like, I feel like
in his head.
If you could fight, you're you've been able to get away with this for this many years. Like, if you can't fight, somebody would have popped him already, and now he would have never did this again.
Okay.
The fact that either somebody popped him and he beat them up and was like, yeah, I'm justified in what I be doing.
Right.
There's no way. He has to know how to fight.
And the fact that when Dr. Pepper came out and was like, Elijah, well, what's up?
So later on in the episode, so the experts met with each individual.
Yes.
And then in the end of the episode, the couples went out for a group date. And they played volleyball.
Cute. So cute.
That's because you like volleyball.
Love volleyball. Love.
I'm like...
Me and my friend who's probably watching, we love volleyball. Thank you.
I like volleyball too, but I want them to plan better dates. It just seems like the most random stuff.
She made a note of, why was all the black people on one side?
Well, technically, it was more black people there than anybody else. The only white people was Mark and Lindsay.
But they could have split it up.
How?
They could have threw Jasmina on the other side. It could have been 4 and 3. Other way. One black person with the white people.
The couples wanted to play together, so okay, they was good.
Steve didn't have a couple.
No, it was only Steve.
Right.
Noy didn't come.
I said Steve didn't have a couple.
Yeah. Right. So Noy got sick, so she didn't come.
Right.
Also, I don't think Noy was sick. They probably was arguing and she didn't want to show up. Anywho, so at that group dinner or group outing, group game, at the end, they were like all sitting around talking about their one-on-one sessions and
this
talking
is
about their
what the
relationships.
experts thought they would do.
And
It was set up like that.
They had a camera. The experts was in the other room watching them talk about it. Here go Elijah Wan. I feel like my session with Dr. Pepper was a waste of my time. She didn't tell me nothing I didn't know. She didn't help our relationship at all.
I had to check her. Did he use the word check?
I don't know. I was hearing a lot of stuff that he may or may not have said, because I heard what I wanted to hear. And what I heard was, first off, I don't know why this lady come up in here talking to me like she thinks she know me, and she don't. Right. Hasn't helped me with nothing.
She's attacking me personally.
She gonna walk up in here and talk junk to me? Who she thought she was talking to? I'm Elijah Wan, baby. What you thought this was?
Oh, up in the house.
Yup. And then she said she thought she was about to say something to me, and I said, don't say nothing else. This is not going down, and you're not telling me nothing about myself because I don't know you and I don't care.
And before they can even get to the next couple, Dr. Pepper was like, let's go out now.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper said, yeah, okay.
Yeah, keep talking, Elijah.
She said, KTSE. Keep that same energy. When I walk up out of this room, keep that same energy.
His face dropped.
His face said,
this.
She said, so what I was trying to tell Elijah was...
whether he liked it or not. That's what she said,
and obviously he didn't. All right,
because I was right there and I heard you did.
Right. And she basically was just saying, like, if I'm trying to get to the root of like why this keeps happening, it's not to go against your relationship. Right. Obviously, if things are going well in your relationship, now that's where we want them to be. Like, we don't want you guys to fail, but there's still things we need to mention
the times when it wasn't going okay, because he always is quick to say, "Oh, we're good, we're good, we're fine."
And Katina sat there,
said nothing.
She didn't say a thing.
Speak, please, speak.
She literally did not say a thing.
One word, not one word, a peep.
And he was asking her questions, and she wouldn't answer, which was a little bit of a red flag for me. She looked scared.
The same red flag that I've been seeing.
And he was like, do I demean you? Do I talk down to you? And she she didn't answer. I don't know if it was like she wouldn't, but she didn't. And I was like,
And I'm sure the expert was like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You want to hear that? There you go.
He wasn't as Elijah Wan during that meeting as he normally is. Like, I don't even think he was that bad at the meeting.
How's the experts to them?
Yeah, I mean, he's very much a showman, so he doesn't like to look like the bad guy, and that's what he kept saying.
At all.
That Dr. Pepper was trying to make him look like the bad guy, and I was like, I think your actions are what's making you look like the bad guy, but you don't realize that it's happening, so you think somebody just manipulated a story, when in all actuality, these are the words that you said out of your mouth.
Right, and you didn't watch the after show, but Elijah Wan, Steve, and Mark were on the after show. And Steve, I love when Steve talks because he's always coming at an angle like, ugh, he gets it. So he was saying, he was giving Mark advice on how to deal with Lindsay, and it's all on how to delivery. And I was saying, Elijah, please take notes, because what Mark was saying, what Steve was saying was good. Like, it's all on how you say it and how they receive it, and you just go in this passionate. If they say that word one more time in relation to Elijah one, it's annoying.
It's not passion.
It's not.
It's disrespect.
It is.
We're beyond passionate.
We are.
It's disrespect now because it's continuous.
Right.
It keeps happening. You're still not that passionate. Passion is in the heat of the moment. It happens. This is something that has developed, and we're talking about the same thing again. You can't still be in that space.
Right.
This is disrespect. This is just how you speak to people. That's just it is what it is. Call a spade. You're disrespectful.
Right. And I have no notes on Katina because she said not a word in the whole episode.
She said a word in the episode because she met with Pastor Cal, and Pastor Cal was kind of trying to ask her questions about, why they still haven't slept together, and she said her rehearsed lines. Like, her and Elijah Wan have clearly had a conversation, and he's like, this is what you can say to the experts, and this is what I don't want you to say, because she says the same thing every time a different manner.
She does.
And so I think they've had a conversation about what to tell them and what not to tell them.
What they want them to know.
Yeah, their relationship to me is very toxic, and I'm a little bit nervous about them not having cameras around and what that looks like. I do not want them to say yes on decision day. I think they are going to. I think Katina sees the good in him, which is not very hard to do because he is very charming.
He is very charming.
I think she sees the good in him, and she feels like it is worth the investment.
And this is what she wants.
Yeah.
In the long run.
I think she's going to say yes. I think he's going to say yes just for the mere fact of if he says no, he'll feel like he's losing.
Or the bad guy. Or maybe he'll feel like he's the bad guy.
Maybe. I think it would more so be like an ego thing. Like, if he says no, he loses. Like, he wants to win this marriage thing. That's how I get from him. Like, because he always feels like
he's a husband, and he's a husband.
I'm
and that's what I want
I gotta win.
And she's my wife, and of course I want to. He said something that rubbed me the wrong way. I forgot what it was.
I don't know. He rubs me the wrong way. I don't want them to say yes, but I think they're gonna. That's it. That's all I got.
Right. Yeah, that's all I gotta know. Yeah, he's full of himself. Full of himself, and don't like it. Yeah. Thumbs down for me.
Thumbs down. Boo. Tomato. All right. So next couple, let's talk about Lindsay and Mark. I am exhausted with them. Every episode, though.
I literally have that on my notes. I'm drained. When he said that on the camera, he was like, it's draining. I was like, I feel it, Mark. I'm drained. I don't want to do this anymore.
It's
because he already said, he was like, on the camera, I'm going to know if they had to decide right now.
Yeah. I didn't like a lot of the advice that Mark got this episode, because I feel like they are trying to make him take some ownership of her behavior, and I don't like that. Like, I don't think he's at fault anymore. I think the things that were upsetting him, he has worked on. And I think that it is unfair to expect that he has a positive reaction to her negativity. That's unfair.
Right. And he still looked puzzled after he left. Yeah,
I would have too, because what are y'all talking about?
What do you
mean?
Pastor
Cal was basically like,
not my mother.
She is who she is. And you can't react to that because you're reacting based on you feeling like you don't want to be your dad in the situation. And I'm like, to a certain extent, I understand what you're saying, because I do think he does equate it to that. But the reason he equates it to that is because Lindsay
no accountability
talks like his mother. That's the driving issue. The issue is Lindsay. The issue is not Mark. And y'all keep trying to make it a Mark problem. And I don't like that.
Lindsay is definitely the issue. As much as he can talk to, he's blue in the face. She's not going to take accountability.
At all, ever.
And she's always like, well, what do you mean? Like,
and she thinks everything is funny. And it's like, stop joking, because we're talking about real stuff.
Right. They said that when they were looking at them, she's like, oh my God, why does she do that? She diverts.
Yeah.
She diverts the conversation.
The heat is on her. She don't like that. That makes her uncomfortable.
Not at all.
And it makes her uncomfortable because she be wrong. Like, you're not right. And you think you're right all the time. And it's just like, I don't understand. Because Pastor Cal wasn't even the only person that was aiming stuff at Mark. When they had the group thing, when they came back to talk to them, it was about, they were talking to Mark again, pretty much. Like, they said something to Lindsay, right. And then she started laughing about something, but it was just like, I don't know why the expectation should be, I don't know. I think it's like a maturity thing, like, be the bigger person, but forget that. Like, she's rude. And she's not going to meet me
she already said
with rudeness and yelling, and I'm going to be nice.
Sad place. I'm like, stop.
She's like, I'm sad all the time. I'm always sad. Why?
And they still didn't get to root of really, like, why are you sad? Is it just because of your mom? Did they bring up your mom?
She said something about her mom. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that is her personality.
It's another person.
Like, it doesn't matter that that's just how she is. The expectation should not be that he just accepts that and adjusts himself. Why? Like, why should he have to be the one to adjust? He's yelling at her because that's where she meet him. She don't listen unless he yelling.
Right.
Keep yelling.
How many times that he has to say to her, it's how you say it. And you're nasty. She's nasty when she is. And you go below you cut at the jugular. And then every time.
He took accountability for that. Was like, oh, we like to hit below the belt when we yell at each other.
Lindsay, you hit lower. You don't hit as low as she does, Mark.
I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm thinking that maybe there's parts of their argument that they don't show so that she looks more like the bad guy. Because I can't imagine that the experts would see the same thing that we see.
She talks more.
Yeah. I can't imagine that the experts would see the same stuff that we see and then still, I don't want to use the word attack because they didn't attack Mark, but like they directed a lot of their comments to Mark and what he can do differently and how he can receive information differently and react differently to her yelling. I'm not adjusting to react to anybody yelling. Stop yelling at me.
Right.
That
delivery.
Adjust.
Delivery. Don't touch me.
Stop touching me.
Don't touch me. We are in a heated argument. Debate. Give it. Don't touch me.
Yeah. It's just I don't like her.
Person.
And that makes it a little harder for me to be like unbiased.
Yeah, Lindsay.
Like, as soon as they started talking to Mark, I immediately got an attitude because I'm like, no, somebody needs to sit her down and like talk to her, but she don't listen, so it don't even matter.
Right. I felt like all he wanted to say is, "Did y'all see the way she was talking to me?
Right.
Like, can y'all roll that back and tell me what part when I was wrong in the situation?
What was I supposed to say?" Like, I don't think they should be yelling. I don't think they should be yelling at each other and whatever because that's never gonna solve a problem.
But how many times could she walk out?
And both people can't be the hothead. Somebody does have to be the cool one.
He's the cool one.
He is. No, he's not. That's what they were trying to say.
You need to just take it.
Not just take it, but like, you can't meet her where she's at because then this is what y'all do. Y'all escalate. Instead, like, somebody has to be the one to bring it back down. Okay. Like, she's reaching out to you because she wants to be loved. And he doesn't want to love her because he don't like her. Like, she's mean to him.
On the after show, that's what Steve was like, no, I don't want you to touch me. I don't want to talk to you. I'm still mad at you. I'm still here. Yeah. But you're still like, oh my God, reach out to me. Steve was like, no, you can't do that. And you still feel like that. And so when they were at the group thing, when she was like, oh, and she's crying.
And they were like, oh, she's trying to get something from him.
He was like, he couldn't be any more farther in his chair.
Because he didn't want her to touch him. And I'm not even mad. Like, I'm not mad because she's not a nice person, and I feel like nice people deserve nice people. You're not a nice person, and Mark is a nice person, and you don't deserve him. And again, I hope they say no. I think they're gonna say yes.
I think they're gonna say yes.
I do. I don't want them to because I want Mark to have a better life, and I feel like his life is not gonna be good with her.
Oh my God.
He seems like the rest of his life is just gonna be so stressful. If you say yes, the rest of your life is gonna be this.
The next episode, he's not gonna say yes. You didn't see the preview. Did you see
the
the preview?
When she jumped out of the car while it was moving? Man, I think
What is
you
that?
know what? Too,
Bipolar?
I'm starting to think she has mental health concerns.
Right. They don't do background check. They don't.
The fact that she keeps saying I'm just sad all the time, I'm like, so are you depressed?
Mark can't make you sad all the time.
Can't possibly.
Mm-mm.
And he don't need anybody that's struggling with depression. He's already dealing with that with his mother. He don't need another person. That's too much for him.
Right.
Like, that's going to be way too much. I want him to have a better life. I do. I promise you. I feel like he's had a hard enough life. And up until this point, this was supposed to be his turning point. And she's not going to be it. He needs to say no.
Right.
I don't want him to say yes.
Right.
Mark, please don't say yes. I know it's after the fact that you said what you said already.
Right. There's nothing that the experts can say to Lindsay because she thinks she knows it all.
Yeah.
There's nothing that they can say to really click with her. Like, this is a good guy. You can say, oh, he's a good guy, he's a nice guy the whole time.
She's like, I know.
But still, you're not giving.
She don't want him either. She wants him to be a different person.
She does.
Yeah.
But he's him.
Right, but that's not working for her.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to
be different.
Did you think that was chicken that she was giving him? The food that she put in front of him. He was like, oh, what's this? She was like, oh, chicken. Here, she gave him a little piece, like, try some. I was like, Mark, that's not chicken. I was like, Mark, that's not chicken. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. That's definitely not chicken. And she didn't say that after, and they didn't bring it back. I was like, I bet you that wasn't chicken.
I didn't see that part. But the way she said it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it probably definitely wasn't chicken. Right. That's all I have on them.
Yeah,
I really don't want them to make it.
Right. Lindsay can't turn the corner. She can't. Right. She wants this, but she doesn't.
She wants it with Mark as the person she would like Mark to be
her mold.
all the way.
She wants to mold him.
Yes, and she wants him finished already.
Right.
Even though I think if she was given a finished guide, it would never work because her need to fix wouldn't be there. And she wants that. Yeah, she needs that. She needs to be like, I'm fixing your life. I'm making you better.
Like, bam, 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 do this, this, and this. And why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah, but I think if she got a guide that was all the way put together, no, it wouldn't work for her. Mm-hmm. It would never work.
That's too put together.
Yeah.
She would find it.
She would drive herself crazy trying to do something.
Like, oh, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Boom.
Tomato. All right. Our next couple is Steve and Noy. Speaking of exhausting, like, they are also exhausting. I don't know. So they got to talk to the experts one-on-one. Steve talked to Pastor Cal. And Noy, being the troublemaker, talked to Dr. Pepper. I don't know. For some reason, that doesn't seem right. I think it was the opposite. I don't know. It might have been. Just let us know down in the comments if it was. But they talked to the experts. And at the end of their conversation, I had no idea what either of them said. I'm to the point where I don't know what Noy wants. And I also don't know what Steve is offering. And I don't know. I don't know anything.
Pastor Cal, because he made a note to say, "You never asked him, can you get a job?" It was Pastor Cal talked to me.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Dang, so they think Steve is the problem?
I don't know. That's just your observation.
No, they sent all the people who they thought was the problem to. That's why Jasmina went to Dr. Pepper. All the problem people went to Dr. Pepper. What? Yeah, they think Steve is the problem. I mean, I guess they both, honestly, for this couple, they are both the problem. They are both the issue.
Noy, her face just the whole time. I can't get over it.
Okay, like, so one of Steve's
be
issue,
there or do you not want to be there?
Steve's issue that he talked about with Pastor Cal was that Noi keeps posting stuff on. They didn't say Instagram. I think they just said the internet.
It might be Instagram.
It's probably Instagram.
Right.
Posting stuff on Instagram
again
without actually having a conversation with him, like posting stuff about him without talking to him about it. So Steve confronted Noi about it, and here she go. That wasn't about you. Lies.
But then comes back with,
but it does apply to you.
I do feel sometimes like that's it.
Ma'am, that was absolutely about me, and you tried it. You're weird. She's a weirdo, bro.
Right, the way she said it's like, well, it's like my page, and I can post whatever.
She feels like
so
because
immature.
It's
she
her
like
social media, she can post whatever she want to post.
But we
He's
already
specifically asking you not to post stuff about our relationship.
You agreed
that would be negative, and you said okay.
You did say okay.
Why are we having this conversation? I'm confused.
Again, I'm just letting you know, I really don't want my family to hate you because you acting crazy and posting stuff on Instagram.
And the stuff she posts is so like, she's a weirdo, bro. Like, where did that come from?
Why can't
I don't know if this
that,
is enough for me.
Why can't
what
you
part of
ask that question to your husband?
Because that's not, she don't even really have that question. She's a weirdo.
Maybe she wants attention. Maybe.
He give her attention. That's not even the issue.
What do you deserve? I don't even know what I need to get. He was going in.
Wait.
I don't even know what I want to give you. Like, what do you deserve?
He said that.
I thought,
and I was like,
made you like, what do you deserve?
I thought that, but if I was Noi, I wouldn't have thought that. If I was Noi, that would have turned me up. Oh, okay. Oh, you mad that I'm posting on it? I would have been in there on live on Instagram like, now this done said blah blah blah. I felt like that was like
rude. But he was like, you're giving me no choice because you acting all stank in your stank face with I can post what I want to post. This might.
She very much had I could do what I want to do energy, and what you gonna do about it?
Right. What you gonna do about it?
Oh, you gonna leave me? Okay, good. You ain't got no job anyway.
And then they had the meaningless conversation after they both spoke to experts, and they come together in that meaningless conversation that they had that solved nothing. Their little fake spreadsheet question, it was just ridiculous.
He was like, okay, so I think what Steve was trying to do was smart. I think Noi's responses is what made the whole thing stupid. Because Steve was basically saying, like, I think you don't want to put it on paper. No. I think Steve was trying to say, I don't think you realize that there's other options than what you foresee. Like, I think you think the only way this works is if I have a 9 to 5
He told her
job.
that already. He's told her that plenty of times.
No. But this time he was like, okay, so let's explore our options. So one option is I do get a 9 to 5 job and you have a 9 to 5 job and we both work, and that's one option. Then there's another option where I don't work full-time, I work part-time. And then there's another option where maybe you don't want to work.
Take some time
if you don't want to work, then we could work around that.
Mm-hmm.
And she had no response, really. And she just was really like...
She didn't understand.
I kind of just want you to get a job.
Right. You need to be out of the house.
Yeah.
We both need to be out of the house.
Because then they started talking about money. That came up in another conversation. They're talking about money. And I don't know how to say it, but like, sometimes when she talks about it, she makes it about the money. I need to know that you can provide for our family, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Then other times... I don't want to
be the sole breadwinner.
Yeah. And then other times...
That's never been his issue.
She makes it that it's not about the money at all. You don't have ambition. Because...
This time she said the word ambition, motivation, drive, right, whatever. Yeah. She said, right. Yes, this time.
And it's like... She doesn't know what her issue... No, she does know what her issue is, but she thinks her issue sounds shallow. Her issue is, I want you to be the man. But she doesn't want to say that because she feels like that doesn't sound good.
I need to feel secure in you taking care.
I want you to be the one who makes the most money because that's how the man is supposed to be. Right. You're supposed to make the most money and take care of our household. I don't want to have to take care of our household. I want you to take care of our household.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve's like,
it doesn't have to be like that.
It doesn't. There are other options. This is 2022, girl.
Look, girl,
there are other options.
I am typing it in right now. What you want?
I was like,
can you put it down on paper? What do you want? Right.
And so I think she doesn't know how to say what she wants to say. Because she's also not very great at communication anyway. So I think she doesn't know what she wants to say. Steve doesn't know what she wants, and he's trying to say, he's trying to say what am I trying to say? He's trying to suggest as much work as he's comfortable with to feel out where she's comfortable with. Like, he doesn't want a full-time job.
She said that, do you need me to have a full-time
right.
job? So, okay, you didn't answer that. Do you want me to have a part-time job? Right.
And then
do you not want to work?
Right. Like, cause he don't want a full-time job, but he's like,
still know that he didn't really lay out a plan.
So that's the part that I'm kind of confused on, because I'm just like, what kind of plan is he supposed to lay out? Because I don't even know what she wants.
Right. I think he's trying to get her. He said, we've had this conversation several times. I'm like, well, what did that conversation look like before you got to this make-believe spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just feeling like
on spreadsheet, there was no numbers.
So I'm feeling like he said this to her again, and she got the what we saw. That's what she gave him before. So he was like, let's put it on camera now. See if you have any type of response. Right. I don't know. And
I feel like they have gotten no closer to the conclusion.
He wants her feedback, and she's like, what do you do? What are you going to do? Like, you tell me what you're going to do. Don't look for me to tell you what you need to do.
But when I tell you what I'm going to do, you're not going to be satisfied with that, because what I'm going to do does not include me having a job. So that's what I'm asking. Right. What level of not having a job are you comfortable with?
That part. They don't.
That's why you have to tell me, because my answer does not align with your answer.
Right.
And I don't want to say my answer first.
As soon as he pinpoint, like, this is my this is my 5-year plan. I'm not gonna have a job for the first 3 years.
I'm not working. Right. And
imaginary babies. They love to talk about the imaginary babies.
The conversation. The thing about it was, after that conversation, Noi was satisfied.
Yeah, was she?
She was.
I think she was satisfied for the cameras.
Maybe, but I can only see the cameras. So from what I saw, Noi was satisfied, and they transitioned into a conversation of in what time frame would you like to have kids? She said within the next year. Steve said the same thing. They were all smiles and giggles, and now they're having a baby within the next year.
Right. Wait, they're going to be busy in the next month.
Ha, ha, ha. What?
You don't even want to live with me.
Right. Where are baby going to live?
That's why I'm like, how we going to make a baby? We not in the same house.
That's why I was so confused after the conversation, because I'm just like, this is not a natural transition of words. Like, y'all are having two different conversations with two different people.
I just think they're leaving stuff out that we're not being privy of. We're not. They have to be.
I honestly think Noi should just get over it, to be honest. I think she should get over it.
Right. Be comforted.
She was quick to be like, no. I think we should have separate bank accounts, but one for bills.
He was like, yeah. Okay.
She's stupid though, because I can almost guarantee Steve got more money in his bank account than she do. No. Put them things together, baby, because I'm skimming off the top.
Emergency fund. Right. We won now. We won.
I know Steve's bank account is bigger than hers. The way he was like, 40. If she worried about 40,000, she's fine. Good. She don't gotta worry about that.
We good.
Like,
but he could be.
Nah, I think Steve got money. I thought Steve had money since the beginning of the show when he said he traveled for a year.
I did think that as well.
A year.
I did.
And I think one of those things is you have to have money if after your year of not working, your first thought is, I really don't want to get a job. Like, I've been killing it this time.
I make apps. I'm an entrepreneur. I IT. He said all of these things that generate.
It's just because I feel like he got skills. When you have a certain skill set,
You not worried.
You not worried.
I don't see a worry line
He
on
don't
his face
look worried
at all.
Not even a little bit. That's why I'm like,
Not even a little bit.
He not worried.
He glosses over these questions. The expert asked him just gloss right over that.
He was like,
He did.
I'm not about to sit here and discuss this with y'all. I'm not working.
You
knew
that when I started.
And
Hello.
I don't want to tell anybody this because I feel like the response is going to be negative. So that's why I'm trying to. What do y'all want me to say? So that I
what
can
does my
say
wife
it,
want me to say?
so that I can say it, and then we can just move on because we keep talking about this,
Absolutely.
and I don't want to talk about it no more. I'm not working. All right, I'm still confused. I don't have.
What
nothing.
do you think?
I don't care. I really don't care.
Oh,
One way or the other with them.
Slightly invested.
I don't like Noi either.
So would that be a no for the union, even though you don't like her? Do you think her and Steve will not make a good couple?
I think they will be fine because they both talk nonsense. Nobody's having an actual conversation. I think they'll be fine. I think one person will say one thing, the other person will say another thing, and they'll feel like they're saying the same thing, and they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine.
Okay. All right. That's all I got.
So our last and final couple, Jasmina and Michael. Again, they met with the experts individually. Mike got to meet with Pastor Cal. Honestly, even if he's not the problematic one, so that's why he got to meet with Pastor Cal. But I feel like he would have wanted to meet with Pastor Cal anyway. I feel like him and Pastor Cal is like homies. I don't know why.
I love their conversation.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I see what you did right there. I see what you did right there. You're bringing that back. Because he really did. He was like, oh, like I thought I was doing stuff out of obligation.
Right.
But now I'm just doing it because I want to do it because I like her. And then he turned it around.
Right.
I was like, what? You told her she didn't have to do whatever. But, if she did it in repetition, maybe she would get...
Because he said they used to kiss goodnight.
Right.
And then they stopped because he said he didn't want her to do it out of obligation because she felt like she was only doing it because she had to. And I was like, oh.
And he brought it all the way
They had
around.
a good conversation.
Like, oh, he did that a couple times. Like, oh, I see what you did right there.
They had a good conversation.
Like, you know what you're doing, Pastor Cal.
Yeah, I liked his advice to him. Everybody keeps kind of giving him the same advice. Like, you need to be more
right. I think it's his fear of rejection.
Yeah. And it's his fear of her face. I would be scared too because she does. Her and Noi give face.
They do.
And I would be. Can you imagine if he went to go and she was like, no, I'm never doing it again.
Ever.
No, I'm never touching you again.
Ever. And then when she first said it, like gave that response, I was like, you don't want to kiss me? You don't have to.
Right.
And then she did.
Right.
Pastor Cal was like, no, let her do what she need to do. Dang, right, Pastor Cal.
I think everybody's kind of giving him that same advice, like, kind of go for it a little bit. And I think him being bold like that might be more attractive to Jasmina.
Right.
Like, I think it's going to have the opposite effect of what he thinks is going to happen.
Right, because she's so guarded. He was like, I ain't trying to.
And she said, I'm not opposed. Like, I'm not opposed to it. It just doesn't do nothing for me.
I'm
want
sick
her
of
to
her.
stop saying
Right,
it
and
to
they
people.
said that too, and she said, yet.
Yeah.
Add yet.
Or don't say that at all. It's okay.
Right, you don't have to say that. You can have your feelings.
Unnecessary.
You can have your right. He doesn't
Because it feels like you're
negative.
emasculating him. Like, he don't do nothing for me.
Right. That's my husband. Yeah.
I've had better. Like, it's just like in a big mixed group of people, like, these are his friends. Why would you even say that? Like, it just seemed unnecessary.
Right. And I love when they said, so when she has that momentary time of affection, go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it. I love that. I'm like, yes, touch him, Jasmina, touch him.
Because she was like, he probably thinks you never feel like that.
Right.
Because you never act upon it. So the times when you do, act upon it.
And she's never going to initiate. She's never going to initiate.
I hope she takes Dr. Pepper's advice.
Right.
Because Dr. Pepper did give her good advice. She said, like, marriage is marriage, and it's not always, you're not always going to feel like, oh my God, I want to jump your bones.
I didn't love my husband when we first met. I didn't love him as much as I love him now.
I love it. She said that.
Love grows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good advice.
I mean, I don't expect them to be in, like, real love. Some of them be like, oh, I love him, but I think that just be, like, for the show. I don't expect them to be, like, in real love, you know what I mean? But, like, the beginning stages of love, and like Pastor Cal said, a lot of times people are in love before they even know they're in love.
Mm-hmm. Right. She's good for him, but you don't even feel like he's good for you because you're not.
Yeah, I honestly, I think they're gonna make it. I think they're both gonna say yes.
I still think no, but I gotta keep hope alive.
I think they're gonna say yes.
Keep hope alive.
I think
Mike is gonna say yes. Jasmine's gonna like, I don't feel anything.
But she said, that's not a part of why I would say yes. She said
she needs a feeling though. She said.
No, she said if we're not physical or like.
Oh, that I didn't say they had to be physical.
No, but she's saying I need to feel something before we're physical. Like, before we get to the point of being physical, I need to have that feeling.
Right.
But she said, when we get to decision day, even if we haven't gotten there, if we haven't been physical, like she didn't have that feeling, that's not what would keep her from saying yes.
If she didn't have that feeling, I thought that's what.
She was basically saying,
she said,
like,
if I still don't have that feeling, he gives me nothing. I still have no.
I don't think that's her thing. I think
Okay.
her thing is she feels like she needs to know him better. And she needs to, like, understand him. And they need to have these deeper conversations that she keeps talking about.
She's not having any more deeper conversations than he's having. I'm like, what more do you need to know that you're not opening up to?
That's not part of what she's saying. It's not about her.
Right.
It's about him.
Why can't it be?
She wants to know more about his life. He didn't say he wanted to know more about her.
And she's not willing to offer up that information. Like, if you open up to him, he'll open up to you. I want it to go both ways. She really harps on him opening up. I don't know him. What are you letting him know about you?
He don't seem to require that though. So,
but I'm saying it goes both ways.
Not if he don't want, like, if he not that he don't want that, but like if that's not a thing, like they're really pressed for time. So if that's not one of his main focuses, then he needs to be focused on what his main focus is.
His focus yet because she ain't did it.
I don't know. Even for her to be like, I just want to know him more, that seems like,
I don't believe her.
Stupid.
I don't believe her.
No.
I don't believe she trusts him. And she said, it's him not trusting me or something. You don't trust him either.
But why would they not trust each other? Like, what has happened? Well, I don't know, because he be lying, so.
We're past that.
Are we? We're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about past stuff. Nope, we're past it. We're not ever bringing that up again.
Apparently,
it's never ever going to come. Right,
they
it's
never
ever
about it again.
Up again. Right.
Which I thought was
roommate situation that's never ever going to come up again. We talked about that off camera.
And
we squashed it. We squashed it.
I don't know. It's something about communication this season that seems off. Like, nobody can, like, explain what they want or what they need.
They're missing each other.
Like, for her to be like, I need to know you more. I need to have more deeper conversation with you. I need this. What is your plan of getting that? Like, what?
Right. It's not like you're asking more deeper questions.
That's the part that I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
Like, what is it? What's your plan to get that information?
Right.
It don't seem like you really.
You know what?
Right.
Back when I was 12 and 13, other than those other embarrassing stories I told you, that
right, and then you laughed at me
or whatever. Other than those, I don't know. I don't know what you want.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, and it's like a running theme with everybody. Like,
I put in my notes. I feel like she's talking in circles.
It's not even a circle. It's like a zigzag because it don't ever connect. Circles connect.
To me, she keeps saying the same thing that she wants from him.
Right, like a zigzag. It's the same pattern.
To me, it's a circle.
Really?
Yeah, because she says, I feel like she says the same thing. I don't know him enough. He doesn't trust me. I need him to. Yeah. I feel like
for me, it's not a circle because it doesn't make sense. It never connects back to each other. Like, these things don't have nothing to do with the other, and I don't know how you're trying to make them fit together, and you're not really explaining it. Like, you don't have a plan, and I feel it feels like you just want to wake up and like have that feeling, and that's not how life works. And I think somebody told you that last time, so now you try not to say that no more. But I think that's still how she feels. Like, I just want to wake up and like feel something for him, and I just wanted this.
Right, but if you never try to have any type of intimate moment or closeness or whatever, you're not gonna feel like that.
I think she should just have sex with him. Then she'll know. Just try it. If you have,
she gonna have angry sex. I don't want to know.
That's not like a bad thing. I'm confused.
It'll be a bad thing with Jasmina.
I guess.
She won't be satisfied.
I think they should have sex, and then that will answer the question.
I just want him to hug her. That's all I want. I want a hug and a kiss. I just want him to hug her.
I don't even want to see them kiss.
I want him to hug her and her just close her eyes and go, exhale. She needs to exhale. Just let it all go. Because her face is tense. She needs to relax. I want him to hug her and
like,
make
why are
her
you hugging
relax.
me though? Like,
yes.
What would be the scenario in which they would even hug? Get off of me.
Exactly.
Not ugh, but like,
no. You
what
said
are you hugging for?
Exactly what you meant.
Why are you hugging me?
Why not? What's wrong with the hug? Everybody needs it.
Everybody needs a don't hug me. You be trying to put hugs in weird places. Like, even when we watch the show, you be like, oh, she should hug him right now. Like, ew, why? Like, they not even doing nothing. They in the kitchen.
It could be like, oh.
Stop touching me. Like, no. I don't know. They should just have sex. That's what it is. I don't need, forget the hugs. Just go for it. Then you'll know. Because right now, y'all just like roommates. How do you get from roommates to not roommates?
Like a roommate.
Just do it. Like Nike. Just do it. Like I said, I hope they make it. I think they're going to say yes.
I do.
And I think they can build to a good relationship.
Yeah, I think Jasmina's going to say no.
I think they're coming around to each other, but they're just like not there yet. Right. And I don't know if it's enough time.
Right, it's not enough time. That's what Mike said too. Like, is it really enough time for us to develop the type of feelings that she needs? I don't know. I don't think it's enough time.
I don't either. But I think they're going to say yes.
I know.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Mommy and Me Reviews. Make sure you come back next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking down below. And we will see you next week for another episode. Bye.
Bye.